You're watching Two Button Crew,
the daily show for Nintendo fans.
This is my best man, Simeon.
This is my best man, Scott.
Oh, we had a recommendation that we become roommates.
I don't think that would work out particularly well. Would we have to bring our wives with us and be the four of us to be roommates, or just move out from our houses and be roommates?
Collectively, we already have 2 apartments.
That's true. So our wives could just be roommates, and then we could just be roommates.
Certainly make this commute easier, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would indeed.
It was based off you saying, we live apart.
Yes.
I think this should be pretty fun today.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about every code name that Nintendo's ever given their hardware. And,
yes.
We'll see which ones we like the coolest, which ones are the dopest.
Because that's what kids are saying nowadays. That's dope.
So
I think they're saying things are fleek now.
On fleeks, I mean.
Oh.
They're not fleeking of themselves. And it's not on O-N, it's like E-N.
Like French, like on guard.
Like en passant.
On fleek. On dasher. On dancer. Okay, anyway.
Well, let's go back in
time to the beginning. Now the Color TV game's not on this. I'm guessing that one didn't have a code name.
No.
Yeah, we don't care about that anyway. So
that's another history lesson.
For the NES, the code name was Home Video Computer.
Wow. And that's slightly more boring than Nintendo Entertainment System.
Yes. Now, I know why they did this. If you look back at the history of video games, then you'll know that the word video game was a bad word when the NES came out.
Well, then I'm a sailor.
Yeah. Video game. How dare you say that? No, it was a bad word because video games had crashed and video games sucked, and they couldn't sell them in America. So they had to find a different name for it.
And they made it look like a VCR. So
yes.
They were sneaky from both angles.
Yes. So they had to make it look presentable and sound presentable. There was no video game stuff going on with the NES. It was all entertainment.
All right. We got a lot of these to go through.
Let's go.
Portable, we started with the Game Boy, which was codenamed the Dot Matrix game. That's pretty accurate.
Yeah, it's concise, but I don't think, you would say, hey, I'm playing my Dot Matrix game. Are you playing your Dot Matrix game?
It is very weird to call hardware a game.
Yeah.
So, all right, SNES got an upgrade. It was the Super Family computer.
Which is what it was basically called in Japan. I'm glad that we got Super NES.
Because then we can say SNES.
SNES.
I don't do that, though.
Instead of Safunk.
That's another bad word. I like video games.
So, Virtual Boy, it got a little bit overinflated. Virtual Utopia Experience.
Woo!
It was
They were shooting for the stars.
Yeah, it was anything but Utopia. It was give you a headache, Opia.
Oh my word. N64 was Project Reality. Also, the Ultra 64, 2 code names. I think Project Reality, that could be in the runnings for coolest code name.
Yes.
And I think that's pretty cool. It was the transition to 3D.
3D, yeah.
I like that.
More realistic, except they look like blocks.
Yeah.
But, a lot more realistic than what we had. But Ultra 64, I think that was a great name.
Yeah.
And then they downgraded.
Well, you can't keep going on that path forever.
No. So the Game Boy Advance, they nicknamed it Project Atlantis. I don't know why.
I don't know. That's a pretty safe code name. I wouldn't hear that and be like, ooh, what?
Yeah,
who's making what?
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
Project Atlantis. That, I don't know. It's kind of cool. I don't know why they called it that, but...
Here's another very safe code name, the Dolphin. That was for the GameCube.
Another ocean term. Maybe that's why they called it that.
Yes.
The city and the creature.
Yes.
I don't know. But Dolphin...
They were hand in hand, the Game Boy Advance and the GameCube.
I think this is like when we talk about code names, we think of Revolution and Dolphin. I think these are the two that probably come to people's minds.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that they went with the GameCube. I mean, it's more descriptive of what the system actually looks like.
Right.
But Dolphin was cool too.
Whose turn is it?
I don't know.
Go ahead.
I'll go ahead. The DS, they had the names Iris, Nitro, and DS. Apparently, DS. I think that they went the wrong route with this one. DS. I mean, now it's like iconic to, the DS is the DS. It's one of the best-selling systems ever.
Had to earn that though.
But that's just straight up describing the thing. The dual screen. There's two screens. Okay.
Could have been cooler.
Yeah, instead of
Nitro's cool.
And GameCube was the same way, but yeah, Nitro's cool. Even Iris, I think, is better than DS.
Well, I would expect Iris to wait for the DSi, but we'll get to that one.
Oh.
First, we've got the DS Lite, which was the
USUGATA. I don't think that would have caught on as much as once they had the DS brand. I think DS Lite was the way to go.
Yeah.
USUGATA, yeah, we wouldn't have figured out what that is because
I even googled it. It's not a Japanese word. It might be like a combination of a couple, but it didn't have a translation.
Fancy.
Yeah.
Very secretive. DSi was the Twilight.
You like that?
I think this was an appropriate,
Inappropriate?
Appropriate. I think it was did I say appropriate?
Oh, it sounded like you were gonna say something inappropriate.
Oh no, it was appropriate.
Twilight's kind of inappropriate.
Yeah, I think that it was a good code name though, because if people were talking about Project Twilight, they would have been thinking about the movies or the books or whatnot.
Or Twilight Princess.
Or Twilight Princess even.
No, that's
yes.
probably already out. I don't know.
Well, it could have been Twilight Princess HD. Haha. No.
DSi XL. Here's something cut and dry for you. The Ultra Twilight.
It's not very secretive.
No, not once the Twilight has been outed.
Yeah, the Ultra Twilight. I wonder what that's going to be like.
You guys know we iterate our handhelds. Not even going to try to hide it. I like this next one.
The Game Boy Micro Oxygen. Project Oxygen. Now,
just think of a Game Boy Micro every time you breathe.
Yeah. I don't think anybody... I think maybe that it was supposed to take your breath away or be a breath of fresh air.
Yeah. The code name of all code names, the revolution for the Wii.
They should have just stuck with the code name. I mean, come on, Nintendo. Now, like I said, with the DS, it's become iconic now. But Revolution, I think, would have just been...
A lot of these cool code names to actual names were kind of like, oh, you just fell a couple rungs down the ladder of coolness. But this was like you stepped off the ceiling.
You just into some poop.
Roof. People don't step off ceiling.
Yeah. You were on the ceiling and then you just plop down right off. So the 3DS apparently didn't have a code name unless the code name was 3DS, and they just decided to stick with it.
It's the latter. And I predicted that. It was codename 3DS, and I thought, that's pretty good.
Yeah, just they'll stick with it.
They won't change that, and they didn't.
Yeah.
Wii U, we had Project Cafe for a while. After I was like, how are they still going with the Wii branding? I called it Cafe. Which is
we did that with the Revolution too.
Yeah.
We were rejecting the name Wii when it first came out, and we're like, no, we're gonna call it the Revolution, and eventually it dropped off. But
yes, I have a fun fact if we can get through the last couple.
Okay, the Nintendo the new 3DS, Nintendo 3DS. We already talked about that. And the new 3DS was called Control with a K and two L's and an E.
Nintendo 3DS XL was Project Infrared. I love this one.
I like that.
The new 3DS XL tracks your eyes.
Yes.
So when you move it, the 3D retains and then uses infrared. I love it.
Genius.
And then lastly, we've got the NX, which is code for we don't know what.
Do you think that they're going to stick with NX?
Maybe.
I think that they might. I think by this time...
It's a cool name.
It's like the news about it has been out for so long.
Yeah.
And people have been calling it for that for so long that they're going to stick with it.
And I don't think I mind that one bit.
But they won't go back to the Wii branding. Thank goodness.
Hopefully.
I think
no,
they've
they won't.
said that.
All right, so fun fact. You know, we talked about like how we kind of try to stick with the code names sometimes. Nintendo sticks with them in a small way. Like, it remains the like SKU code for everything. They do abbreviations. Like Revolution on the Wii discs, it'll say like REV number and stuff like that. So
fancy.
the code names stick around for a bit. Probably because that stuff gets produced early on and it doesn't go away. So let us know what your favorite code name was. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being part of the crew.
Don't forget to like, to comment, to subscribe, and most of all, to share with your friends.
See you next time.
Signing out.